안녕하세요. 미라클 리딩입니다. 오늘 다꿈부자습관 챌린지 20일차 되는 날입니다. The present 이제 마지막 부분이 남았습니다. 100쪽에서 104쪽 읽어보도록 할게요. He came to realize he was working too hard on his business future and not enjoying his family present. He had forgotten why he was working so hard in the first place. He said he was acting as if making money was his purpose versus loving and supporting our family through the money he made. He said, I understand that I need to take each day more as it comes and live it thoroughly rather than second-guessing the future. As long as the kids see that you and I are happy together, they are going to be happy, no matter what kind of house we live in or what kind of car we drive. While it's important that we plan for the future like we did last weekend, we shouldn't live in the future. I see the difference now. Liz was quiet for a moment, recalling the experience with her husband. Bill smiled. Then he asked, Are you successful in applying this same kind of thinking at work? Yes, Liz answered. We got a report recently that one of our divisions was losing sales on what had been one of our most popular products. There were rumors that there would be budget cuts and layoffs, not unlike what happened in the story. It made many of us anxious because some of our friends might lose their jobs. I asked myself what I could do about it. I realized that we needed to focus on developing newer and better products. I sent out a memo asking everyone to think about the future of our products and scheduled a 2-hour meeting for the next morning. The meeting was so full of energy. It lasted an hour longer than I expected. But by lunch, we had made a major breakthrough. Later that afternoon, people came back with several worthwhile refinements. I found that by planning for the future, we had begun to achieve what we needed to do. And then I was able to refocus and act on the present needs of the company. At the end of the day, I went to my daughter's summer league soccer game. And while I was there, I focused on the present, on her, putting aside thoughts about our future products. I could get to that tomorrow. And when the game was over, I was able to be there for her in the present, in a way I never had been before. I realize, of course, that what's important right now is always changing, but my overall purpose gives me clearer direction in everything I do. I find that if I focus on what's at hand at the present moment, I do so much better. And I'm not the only one. So many people at work and in my family have learned to do this as well. Bill asked, Did you share your notes with them? As a matter of fact, I did, Liz answered. I expanded on my notes and wrote down the story as well as I could remember it. Then I shared it with several people. I'll admit that not everyone who has heard or read the story has benefited from it. There are more than a few people at work who don't get it. But the people who do get it have made a positive impact on our company, she continued. It's actually made quite a big difference, Liz suggested. Maybe you'd like to come over and see for yourself. Bill said he would love to and would arrange to do so soon. Then Liz looked at her watch and realized that she needed to get back. She picked up the check and said, I really want to thank you, Bill, for introducing me to the story of the present. It has changed everything. You're welcome, Liz, Bill said. I'm glad you put the story to such good use. And it's good to see you recognize that the more people live and work in the present, the more they and their families and organizations benefit, as you have found out for yourself. Well, Liz said, I found it to be a wonderful blueprint to use whether I'm working on a project or just spending quality time with my family. She said, it's a great source of inspiration and practical guidance. I'm definitely going to use it more in our organization. When you find something that works, you want to have as many people use it as soon as you can. She added, when people are happy and successful at work and at home, it's better for everybody. Bill smiled and said, what happened to my friend, the skeptic? Liz smiled back at him and said, maybe she just gave herself the present. The end. Thank you for listening. Bye.